What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Today we're going to be going over my Ring of Honor and TNA Wrestling DVD collection. So let's get right to it. I'll show you what I got and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, this first one that I'm looking at, it's Ring of Honor Bloodstained Honor right here. That's my first one right there. Second one is ROH's Greatest Rivalries in my collection. And then I have ROH Best in the World right here. And this one's got Samoa Joe and CM Punk on the cover. ROH Star of Honors. So that's my ROH DVD collection. Don't have too many, but maybe I'll get some more in the future. So now we're going to get on to my TNA Wrestling DVD collection. And right here we have the Best of the X Division. Right here. Got like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, you know, all the other high flyers. Enigma, the Best of Jeff Hardy, right here. Then I got TNA Hard Justice 2005 with Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, and Tito Ortiz on the cover. Or it doesn't have Styles on there, but it does have Tito Ortiz. All right, the next one I got is the Best of Bloodiest Brawls with Sabu on the front. You know, nothing but bloody matches on this one. And then I got the Best of the Bloodiest Brawls, Scars and Stitches. This one has the Monster Abyss on the front. And I think it has a few Monster Ball matches in this one also. You know, guy was like a cross between, I guess, Kane and Mankind. Alright, this next one is a 2-disc set. It's TNA's Hardcore Justice 2010. Basically, this one's like paying a tribute to like the ECW originals. Of course, they couldn't use the term ECW because it's owned by WWE. So I guess they went with, I think it was EV3 or something like that. I'd have to look back because it's been so long since I watched these DVDs. But I was a huge TNA fan back in the day. I still watch it now, but I'm not as crazy as I was back then when I started watching it around 2004, all the way up to like the Hogan and Bischoff regime. You know, but yeah, this one's a pretty good one. Nothing but action-packed matches. And then I got TNA Wrestling Fandemonia. This one has pretty much the best of Beer Money and the Motor City Machine Guns. So it's a good, tag team collection right there. All right, and now this one right here is like a 3 pay-per-view pack. Over 10 hours of action. Has TNA Turning Point, Final Resolution, and Against All Odds. And this is from 2009 and I believe the beginning of 2010. So you see some of the stars on the front. AJ Styles, the Morrison Machine Guns, Mick Foley and Kurt Angle. But we're not done with the pack still. This one's a double feature. And this was from 2011. This is TNA Sacrifice, and then we have Slammiversary right here. Now this is one of those volume packs in the series. And then this next one that I have is TNA Victory Road 2010 and No Surrender. They got Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson on the front. You get a better look at that. And then the next one I got in my collection is pretty much the early years of TNA Wrestling, aka Impact Wrestling, so that's what they go by now. The Best of the Asylum Years Volume 1, featuring AJ Styles, Jeff Jarrett, AMW, Raven, Terry Funk, Jeff Hardy, Jerry Lynn, and many more. Rare matches from 2002 and 2004. Right, there's not that much on the cover. I guess they're kind of like going for an old school look. But here's some of the stuff you can see going on in the back. You know, you got like Steen and a few other guys on there that are wrestling. For the early years of TNA, I think they're like wrestling in, I think, Nashville, Tennessee at the time, before they moved the arena to Orlando, Florida, Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida, for their weekly shows. I think that's how it occurred. I'd have to look back at the history. Then I got TNA Wrestling Immortal Forever. I got the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the Immortal Hulk Hogan, and Eric Bischoff. Yeah, this is basically from the Hogan and Bischoff regime in TNA Wrestling. You know, back when these guys were like running the show. You know, of course it was Dixie Carter's idea to bring in the Hulkster. You know, I don't think that was one of Jeff Jarrett's decisions to make at the time when he was VP for the company. Okay, this next one is Kurt Angle Champion 2-disc set right here. This was a pretty good DVD. It's a long one, but it's a pretty good one. It has some great matches on there, especially the matches that you have with like Samoa Joe and stuff. You know, Kurt Angle, he left a huge mark in Impact Wrestling. You know, but this next one is TNA Knocked It Out Pro Wrestling's Best Women's Division, and it has Karen Angle on the front, which I believe she's now Karen Jarrett, because she married Jeff Jarrett, you know, because of her fallout with Kurt and stuff. So now I think this was one of the best ones, right? I still got to get some more TNA Knockout DVDs in my collection, you know. Alright, now we're on to TNA Lockdown 2011. It's my time. Got Mr. Anderson on the front, and you see pretty much every match takes place in a steel cage if you haven't even watched any of the old TNA matches or any of the current stuff, you know. But yeah, pretty much Lockdown, every match in a cage. It's not like the WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view where there's only like one match and it only takes place in the cell, you know. Alright, this next one is Mick Foley, Hardcore Legend, right here. Mick Foley. Yeah, he had some, you know, different kind of matches in there. I think he was like wrestling Sting at one point, and a few other superstars when he was with the company. You know, I got all of his memoirs, but we'll go into my pro wrestling book collection probably in a future video. I can't say when, but probably soon. You know, I can't give you a date, but it'll happen somewhere in the future. Next one's TNA Wrestling Bound for Glory 2009 with the icon Sting on the front. Then you see some high flying action on the back. You know, I think this is the only Bound for Glory one I have in my DVD collection. You know, basically this is like their version of WrestleMania. And this next one is TNA Wrestling's Greatest Moments. And it's basically all puzzle pieces together. It's pretty much a mixture of kind of everything, you know, kind of like the little, I guess, great moments and matches in there. Excuse me. This next one is Christian Cage, the Instant Classic. Right here. Yeah, they pushed him to the top as soon as he joined the company. As soon as he left WWE for NWA TNA at the time, they pushed him to the top, and he became champion right away. You know, and I think that's when Steen re-signed with the company too in 2006, and he was like tag teaming with Christian Cage and stuff. And eventually, you know, Steen ended up having a feud with Jeff Jarrett. All right. Oh, okay. Excuse that noise right there. I'll clean that up after this video is over. Yeah, it looks like I got a mess right here. Okay, this next one right here is TNA Genesis 2010. Basically, this is like the first pay-per-view that had Hulk Hogan signed with the company, you know. But here it is. Obviously, Hogan's on the front, and then like in the little eye sockets of the sunglasses, you see Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. Sorry for that noise back there, you know, but I'll clean up that mess once this video is over. You know, we still got to go through this collection. All right, this next one is TNA Genesis 2011 with Kurt Angle on the front. You know, and they had a number of matches on there. I believe he was feuding with Jeff Jarrett at the time. You know, so I think they were having back and forth matches with this one. Yeah, as you can see, Kurt Angle doesn't look as big as he was when he first joined the company, so it looks like he was losing weight and stuff and growing out a beard. Okay, this next one is Sting Return of an Icon. Basically, it's a Sting DVD that they made at the time when he made his return with the company, featuring maybe like, I think it comes with like 7 or 8 matches on there, you know. But yeah, basically it's like his, when he returned in 2006. That's what's featured on here. Alright, and then we got TNA Wrestling's 50 Greatest Moments. The other one was Greatest Moments, this one's the 50 Greatest Moments on the front. That's what they got. There's really no pictures of, I guess, any of the stuff on the back. I guess they decided to put that all on the front for this one. You know. Okay, now this next one is Jeff Jarrett King of the Mountain 4-disc set. This one pretty much covers basically, you know, all you know, the first couple of years of TNA wrestling. It's kind of like a TNA archive DVD and a Jeff Jarrett thing at the same time. Because basically it was like his company. He's the one who, you know, started the damn thing. But yeah, you know, it features all of his greatest matches and stuff up all the way to like, I think 2008, because they released this in 2009. But it's a pretty great DVD set, you know. Jeff Jarrett, he's a great wrestler, highly underrated, you know. But you know, I think he's a better heel than a babyface in my opinion, you know. He's a WWE Hall of Famer, and I think he's in the TNA Hall of Fame too. So I guess that makes him like, I don't know, 2-time Hall of Famer in the pro wrestling industry. Okay, these next two are these box sets right here. I got Victory Road, Hard Justice, and No Surrender 3-disc set. And let me see what year. This is from 2008 right here. So you got Christian Cage on the front. Then the back's got Booker T and Samoa Joe, and then you see like LAX, and then like more of Samoa Joe like on the back. You know, I guess it was like Samoa Joe's time back then. You know. So yeah, it's like a 3 pay-per-view set. All right, this next one has Turning Point, Final Resolution, and Genesis. And the year is 2009, so it's like 1 year after the previous box set. And it has the Main Event Mafia on the front. If you don't know who the Main Event Mafia is, it's a string of main eventers. The Icon Sting, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, Kurt Angle, and Booker T. You know, basically, you know, it's like Impact Wrestling's version of probably Evolution or something like that, or I don't know other way to put it. You know, some people say the NWO, but I think when Hogan came to the company, basically Immortal was basically his reincarnation of the NWO. So I don't know. I just made the comparison between Evolution and the Main Event Mafia. And they got like Suicide on the front. I think this was during the time when they were releasing that Impact Wrestling video game for the thing. You know, I think it was for the PlayStation 2, and then they released one later on for the, I think, the Nintendo DS, and then they released that mobile game, which the mobile game didn't last that long. I think that one had the worst graphics. But that's another topic for another day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you around. So y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all later. Okay, peace. Bye.